Now we are dying. There is no food, no drink, no electricity, no medicine. The words of just one man as he joined a string of families fleeing Gaza's southern city of Khan Yunis. Families travelling by car, on donkeys or just on foot. That after yesterday, Israel's military issued sweeping new evacuation orders covering Rafah and nearby areas as well, indicating it could soon launch another major ground operation there. Well, we're going to cross live to Jerusalem, talk to our correspondent Noga Tornapolsky, who joins us from there. Noga, first of all, bring us up to date then with the situation in Rafah. Do we know any more about why Israel's warned people in Rafah to leave?
We don't have specific information, but we did even see tanks beginning to gather yesterday at the border. That said, I do have to add, Israel has not called up the reserves, and what we're hearing from top military analysts is that the reserves are responding basically at a 50% rate now when they're summoned. So the army seems to have given up and is trying to create plans for being able to do whatever it needs to do, ground operation or continued targeted operations in Gaza, using just the standard conscripted army. That would put Israel in an extremely different, much weaker situation than it was when this war started back in October 2023. So we're getting mixed messages. Just as I was waiting to join you on air, Gazans received another warning, this time Gazans in the north. What's interesting about these notices that they're receiving, asking them to evacuate in the north and in the south, is that they are not being told with any specificity where they should go. They're being told to evacuate, quote, to a humanitarian zone. And it's not clear how many or if any of those are left in Gaza. And it is clear that people don't really know where they're supposed to go to be safe from Israeli bombardments that are ongoing, as you said.
Meanwhile, Noga, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister there at the centre of the storm again. Two big decisions, if you like, he's made over the last 24 hours. First of all, that new strike on Beirut that we've heard about overnight, just the second since the ceasefire in November. And as well, he's reversed his decision announced just a day earlier to appoint a former Navy chief as the new head of the Shin Bet security agency.
That's right. I think that the strike on Beirut was a very targeted strike on a specific individual. Like you, I heard the three. But this was apparently very limited, and the Lebanese government has yet to respond. In terms of Netanyahu's decision-making, yesterday was one of the most chaotic days Israel has ever seen, where at 7 a.m, the Prime Minister announced he appointed, in a way, a nobody, somebody, a former naval chief, as you said, with zero experience with Palestinians, zero knowledge of Arabic, no experience in the intelligence world. He was going to appoint him head of the Shin Bet. Netanyahu does not have the authority to appoint anyone head of the Shin Bet. There's a procedure that goes to a senior committee. And in fact, this entire situation occurred because he illegally fired the currently serving head of the Shin Bet. By the end of the day, that appointment had been undone, a day in which Netanyahu was forced, try and follow me now, to interrupt his own testimony at his criminal trial so as to respond to an urgent police summons for his testimony, now that two of his senior staffers are accused of illicitly transmitting classified information that they had no reason to access to the Qataris. This is an act of treason, a suspected act of treason inside the Prime Minister's bureau mid-war, and that is what interrupted all of this decision-making and all of these very, very chaotic procedures yesterday.
Noga, thanks very much. Noga Tornapolsky explaining the latest ins and outs in Israeli politics there for us live in Jerusalem. Thank you.